Hidden in forests, deserts, and even underwater, strange structures are being discovered after years, sometimes centuries, of silence. Some are beautiful, others creepy, and a few are just plain unexplainable. Who built them, and why were they left behind? The answers are as mysterious as the places themselves. You need to see this. Let's start with something you won't believe exists in America. Number 1. Rhyolite Ghost Town, Nevada, USA. Welcome to a town that boomed, boasted, and died, all in under 20 years. Rhyolite was built during a gold rush in the early 1900s. It had banks, schools, electricity, even an opera house. For a while, it looked like the next big American city. But then the gold dried up. The bank shut down. People left. Fast. By 1920, fewer than 20 people remained. Today, its buildings stand like broken movie sets in the desert. Empty windows, cracked walls, silence everywhere. It's one of the best preserved ghost towns in the US, but also one of the most haunting. Everything was built with hope. And then, gone. Number 2. Baia, the sunken Roman party town, Italy. Imagine Rome's elites throwing wild parties, soaking in hot springs, building ridiculous villas. That was Baia, Rome's playground. But nature had other plans. Over time, volcanic activity made the ground sink, and the whole thing went underwater. But in recent years, new parts of the city have been uncovered. Mosaics, columns, even plumbing systems, all nearly intact. Tourists now swim through it like an underwater museum. The insane part? The land is rising again. This sunken Roman Las Vegas might literally resurface. Number 3. Devil's School, Florida, USA. 1918. A school opens in Jacksonville. 60 years later, it's left to rot and becomes the subject of some of the creepiest stories in the South. They call it the Devil's School. Kids sneak in on Halloween, swear they hear voices. A fire in the 90s only made the legends worse. Truth is, the fire was caused by homeless people, not demons. But the myths stuck. Now it's a protected historical site, and even with patrols and fences, people still find ways in, especially when October rolls around. Number 4. Giant Dead Rabbit, Italy. A 60-meter-long pink rabbit was spotted on a mountaintop in Italy. No, this isn't some kid's cartoon. It was a giant stuffed sculpture by an art collective, and it became a viral sensation. People climbed on it, took selfies, slept inside it. But time, and weather, doesn't care about internet fame. The rabbit is now decaying, its body sinking into the hillside, its colors fading fast. All that's left is a strange pink outline. If you saw it on Google Earth today, you'd think it was some forgotten crime scene. Number 5. Hitler's Old Hospital, Germany. On the edge of Berlin sits a massive, rotting complex. Looks like a regular sanatorium, until you find out it treated Adolf Hitler in World War I. Then it became a Soviet military hospital during the Cold War. Now, it's decaying fast. Paint peels, hallways echo, operating rooms lie in total disarray. But here's the wild part. People pay to take photos inside. Urban explorers sneak in or book creepy tours. It's history, horror, and ruins, all wrapped into one abandoned nightmare. And from abandoned hospitals to military madness, our next stop is even stranger. Number 6. The Maunsell Sea Forts, England. Out in the water off the coast of England, these giant metal monsters rise from the sea like something out of a sci-fi movie. Built during World War II to shoot down German planes and missiles, they were packed with guns, radar, and soldiers. But after the war, left to rot. In the 1960s, people literally moved into them. Pirate radio DJs set up illegal stations and blasted music outside government control. Now, they stand rusting in the sea, too dangerous to explore, but still visible by boat, like forgotten machines from another time. Number 7. New York's secret subway station, USA. Beneath the streets of Manhattan lies a secret. The original City Hall subway station opened in 1904 and shut down in 1945. Why? It couldn't fit the longer trains. But they didn't demolish it. They sealed it off. Now it's like a frozen time capsule. Stained glass, chandeliers, curved ceilings. It looks more like a castle than a subway stop. It's still down there, untouched, dark, and beautiful. And unless you know the secret, you'd never know it even exists. Number 8. The Ghost Tower of Bangkok, Thailand. Imagine a skyscraper almost 50 stories tall, nearly finished, windows in, balconies built, but completely empty. That's the Sathorn Unique Tower in Bangkok, also known as the Ghost Tower. Built in the 90s, it was supposed to be a luxury condo complex. But after the economy crashed and its architect got arrested, everything stopped. The building was 90% done and just left there. People sneak in illegally to take photos and climb to the top. Rumors of ghosts? Plenty. But the real horror is how quickly money and plans can vanish. Number 9. The Satsop Nuclear Plant, USA. In Washington state, 2 giant nuclear cooling towers stand tall, but they've never once produced power. This was supposed to be a high-tech energy plant. The towers were built, reactors planned, and then the funding collapsed. Today, the place looks like something from a post-apocalyptic movie. Filmmakers and military teams use it for training and scenes. Visitors can even take tours. It's all clean, but empty. It's the closest thing to a real-life fallout map. Number 10. Mesa Verde Cliff Dwellings, USA. Now this one is ancient. In Colorado, high up on the cliffs, sit stone homes built over 700 years ago by Native American tribes. These people lived in rock houses carved right into the cliff walls. Thousands of them. But then, they left. Completely. Scientists think it was due to drought or conflict. Now their homes sit quietly, hidden in the cliffs, still standing after all this time. It's like the people vanished, but their homes refuse to fall. Now it's time to visit places that look like another planet. This next town was once rich. Now it's buried. Number 11. Kolmanskop, Namibia. Out in the blazing Namib Desert, there's a ghost town where sand fills living rooms. Back in the early 1900s, diamonds were found in the area. Within months, people flooded in. They built German-style houses, a school, a hospital, even an ice factory, in the middle of the desert. It was luxury in the sand. But once bigger diamond mines were found farther south, everyone packed up and left. Now the desert has taken over. The wind blows sand through broken windows, filling homes waist deep. It's creepy, it's quiet, and it's being slowly erased by nature. Number 12. Burj al-Babas, Turkey. Ever seen hundreds of abandoned castles sitting in one place? It's real, and it's in Turkey. Developers tried to build a luxury village filled with mini castles for rich buyers. Each one had towers, balconies, and a grand design. The plan? Sell them to wealthy families as vacation homes. But the market crashed. Buyers vanished. The company went bankrupt. Now, over 500 castles sit unfinished and empty. No lights, no people. Just rows of identical fairy tale homes that look more like a broken toy set than a real neighborhood. Number 13. The Wolf's Lair, Poland. Hidden deep in the forests of Poland lies the remains of Hitler's top-secret bunker, the Wolf's Lair. Built during World War II, it was where Nazi leaders made war plans. It was also the site of a failed assassination attempt against Hitler. After the war, it was partly destroyed, but not completely. The concrete walls are so thick, many still stand. Trees have pushed their way through the cracks. Moss covers everything. Today, it's open for visitors, but walking through the ruins is like stepping into a horror movie. Number 14. Abandoned Fishing Village, Houtuan. This used to be a busy fishing village on Shengshan Island. Then one day, people just started leaving. Supplies were hard to get, fishing got tougher, and young people wanted to live in the cities. One by one, families moved away. Today, nature has taken over. The houses are still there, but completely covered in green vines. You can barely see the rooftops. The village looks like it was swallowed by a jungle. Tourists visit, take photos, and leave. But no one stays. It's quiet, eerie, and slowly fading back into the wild. Number 15. The Hobbit House, England. In the middle of the countryside in England sits a small round stone house that looks like it came out of a storybook. It started as just a barn, but the man building it, Colin Stokes, kept adding to it. Stone by stone, window by window, it turned into a magical-looking cottage. He worked on it for over 11 years. But then, a noisy quarry opened nearby. Colin left. Since then, the house has been empty. It's not a tourist site. It's just sitting there, a perfect little house with no one inside. Number 16. Igloo City, Alaska, USA. Driving through the empty highways of Alaska, you might suddenly spot it. A giant igloo sitting alone in the snow. It looks like a hotel from a cartoon, but no one has ever stayed there. Built in the 1970s, it was meant to be a roadside lodge to attract tourists, but the builders didn't follow safety rules. It failed inspections and was never finished. Over the years, a few owners tried to fix it, but they all gave up. Now it just sits there, cold and crumbling. People still stop to take photos, but the inside? Empty wooden beams and dust. Number 18. The Spaceship House, Texas, USA. This thing looks like it crash-landed from space. Built in Ransom Canyon by sculptor Robert Bruno, the Spaceship House is made from thick steel and sits on 4 legs. It took him 35 years to build, piece by piece, with no blueprints. He worked on it alone, welding and shaping it like a giant sculpture. He planned to live in it, but died before it was finished. The inside is beautiful, filled with wood and stained glass, but it's not safe to stay in. His friend now owns it and refuses to let anyone change it. It stands as it was left, unfinished but unforgettable. Number 19. Oradour-sur-Glane, France. In one afternoon, an entire village was erased. On June 10, 1944, Nazi soldiers entered the quiet French village of Oradour-sur-Glane. What happened next was one of the most horrifying war crimes in Europe. They rounded up over 600 villagers, men, women, and children, and murdered them, burned buildings, shot civilians, destroyed everything. After the war, the French government made a decision: never rebuild it. Today, the cars, homes, and church remain exactly as they were, burned, rusting, frozen in time. A whole village turned into a warning. Walk through it, and it feels like the air itself remembers. Number 20. Carrie blast furnaces, Pittsburgh, USA. Back in the 1800s, these giant steel furnaces were the heart of American industry. Every day they pumped out over 1,000 tons of molten metal. But by the late 1970s, it all stopped. The buildings were left behind. Most were torn down. But 2 massive furnaces survived. They still stand, rusted but strong, like skeletons of the past. Locals fought to protect them. Now they're a national landmark, and visitors can walk between the pipes and towers, imagining what it used to sound like. It's quiet now, but that silence is heavy with history.